What's going on? This is My Life in the Shop. I'm your host, Donald Washington. I want to talk about Justin Fields and Chicago sports today. The Chicago Bears are 3. They only won 3 games. Didn't go to the playoffs. They're 3-12 in the regular season 2022. I got to guess, Renee Ford, what's going on?
Hello, hi.
All right, so now, is Justin Fields a bust? Or is he as good as everybody saying? So now everybody is saying it's the team's fault. Justin is the greatest thing smoking. He has so many passing yards, so many rushing yards. I'm going to get to that in a hot second. So now, here's Justin Fields' stats. Here's the Chicago Bears only won 3 games. They won against San Francisco, they won against Houston, and they won against, if I'm not mistaken, New England. Is that correct, Renee?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so they won against New England. What I want to point out to everybody is this. Check out Justin Fields' stats. Because to me, granted, I think he has the potential to be great. I don't think that he's great right now. I think that he needs to stay in the pocket and learn to read his defense, learn to read the defense, and learn to hit his receivers. I think right now what he's doing is before he even let the play develop, he scrambles. You got 3 seconds to get that ball out your hand. And he looks, can't find his receivers. And he's the sacked. He's the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. And before he can't find his receivers. So he just scrambles. What do you think, Renee?
So is it him not being able to find the receivers, or is nobody open? So remember, he was really good at Ohio.
There's always somebody open. You draw up the play the way you draw up the play, as I'm going to show you guys some plays right here. As we'll see in this play right here, take a look at this play right here. Now, this is a classic play where Justin has open men on the field, but his mentality is, I'm a scramble, I'm a scramble, I'm a scramble. So when your mind, a lot of mobile quarterbacks, they cannot hit their target correctly like they should. Now take a look at this play right here. He has a clear open man cutting across the field. Look at this. He has 3 open men right here. He has an open man cutting across the middle as they drew it up in practice. Notice Justin Fields has that man wide open in the middle. Doesn't hit him. Instead scrambles out and can't do anything with it. The play is gone. But Justin, so much, instead of look at this man, they drew it up, cross play right over in the middle, 2 men open, and he misses the mark. This is exactly what he does so often. What do you think?
I definitely think his passing game needs to get better, but I also think the Bears need to bring in more weapons as well.
All right, so now let's check out the stats. So now everybody is like, oh my God, he got so much rushing stats, got so much rushing stats. I feel,
right.
Yes, that's true. But
yeah,
you failed to pass the ball. You didn't hit none of your receivers. And of course, if you didn't hit your receivers, now I can see scrambling on 3rd and 10 and getting the first down. Cool. But of course, your stats are going to look good if you just, instead of throwing the ball, you just run the ball. Check out the stats when they won. All right, so now look at the stats in San Francisco. At the bottom, right down here, passing yards in San Francisco in week 1 when they won, passing yards for Justin Fields was 121. All right, look at the rushing yards, only 28. Look at the game against Houston. Rushing yards for Justin Fields, the passing yards for Justin Fields was 106. Rushing yards was only 47. They won the game when he passes the ball. In New England, when they played New England, only 3 games they won, he passed for 179 yards. He only rushed for 82. Make a long story short, when Justin Fields stay in that pocket and pass the ball, they win the ball game. Now it's not true for every game, but
right.
You know, it's not true for every game. The games they lost 70. Look at some of the games where he rushed 178 yards. He only threw for 123. They lost the game 17-28. The game where he rushed for 147. He only has 167 yards. His lowest yards passing was 70 and 75. One against Green Bay, and he only had 75 yards against Detroit, where they lost 7-21. For the 2023-2024 season, I think that they should take Justin Fields and leave him just like the young brother they got in Philly. I think that Justin could take us to a championship. What do you think?
Yeah. I definitely think he'll only get better. So I definitely think they should keep him and just keep pouring money into him and just getting better assets around him. But I definitely think he'll be really great.
So a lot of people think that, no. It's not Justin. It's the offensive line. It's the receivers can't get open. Now, we got Claypool. We got Darnell Mooney, 2 top elite receivers. But their numbers were completely diminished in my book because you have a mobile quarterback that 9 times out of 10 takes off running instead of hitting the receivers. I would be very frustrated as a receiver if we drew up a play where I go and I'm open and you just run the ball.
Yeah.
I would be very frustrated if I'm a receiver. Now, a lot of people, the offensive line is very bad.
Right. Definitely.
That
needs to be said.
There's no discrepancy there. The offensive line has to get better. I'm going to show you guys.
Right.
Now, Justin Fields. Let's talk about stats. Justin Fields, 2022 season. This is the regular season. He had 11 interceptions.
Right.
He had 2,242 rushing yards, which I think set a record. He beat Michael Vick's record. He attempts 318, 60%. All right. Average 7 yards, touchdowns. He had 17. In his career, he has a career total of 4,112 yards. Interceptions, 21 in his entire career. All right, so now let's see. Now, these are some of Justin Fields' interceptions. These are his interceptions here. Let's take a look at all 11 interceptions. Right there, his man cut through the field. Clearly, Justin's fault. He threw it right to that man.
Yeah.
Right here, I believe the interception was tipped. So, that was just a good play on the defense. Right here, scrambles. You got 3 seconds to get that ball out. He's on his back foot. He's in distress. 3 men wide open, right on one man, and he throws the ball in there. Scrambling again. Offensive line. The rest of his interceptions. All right, so now let's break this down. Look at this play. Three people on that one man, and that wasn't his fault. It went straight through his hands, so that wasn't his fault right there. So that ball went straight through his hands. I think that was Mooney's.
Yeah.
So that wasn't his fault right there. So it's in the end zone, and he throws the ball too short. That was a touchdown. That was actually a touchdown right there. Look at this. So his man right there is wide open. With the safety coming off top. Had Justin completed this 5 yards down, that was a touchdown. But he underthrows it. Completely undercut his receiver. Undercut his receiver. In that aspect, he has to get better in reading defenses. So this is Justin right here. Let's see him. And he just throws the ball up. Again, too short. You see his receiver couldn't have that ball. Had he threw it another 5 yards down, his receiver had to stop and come get it.
Yeah.
His receiver had to stop, and then therefore it was picked off. Dead giveaway. He underthrew the ball again in that aspect. Let's check out a few other interceptions in this aspect against the Steelers. This ball was picked right to him. This was against the 49ers. The Steelers. Okay, this is against Green Bay. Stops. He took too long. Look at this interception right here. So I think overall, okay, so now, I know it sounds like I'm coming hard on the young brother. I think that we still have him on rookie contract. All right? We should definitely keep him until his rookie contract is up. No question. All right?
Right.
But just like the quarterback for the Eagles, I would keep him in the pocket, passing the ball and scrambling only when deemed necessary. 3-7, 3-10. And even to draw up a few quarterback sneaks, but not too many. What do you think?
I think so. But when we talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, they have a lot more weapons, right? And defensively, they're pretty good as well. Yeah. So I think the Bears just definitely need to use that cap salary and definitely just invest and bring in more weapons for him if you want him to stay in the pocket. And we definitely don't want him getting hurt. I mean, every time I see him running, I get so nervous because I'm so afraid he's going to get hurt. And that's just not good for him to be running like that. I mean, he's taking some big hits.
Like we said, he is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. And if we want him to, because mobile quarterbacks, you know, the brother out of Washington, not Washington, but Baltimore, look at Russell Wilson now. Russell Wilson started off. And he looks terrible last year. Russell Wilson took all that money, like $200 million something dollars, and he's a bust for the Denver, Colorado. For Denver, he's a bust.
Yeah.
This year. So, you know, but Russell Wilson did take his team to the Super Bowl. And I think Justin Fields can do just that. But I think that,
definitely.
I think that even in the beginning of the year, I think in the beginning of the year, let's check out his stats. In the beginning of the year, he started off completing 121 yards, and then 70, then 106. All right, and then 208. In the season, I think they started him off in the pocket.
Yeah.
He got off course somewhere and started just up. Like soon as a lot of games where as soon as he looked up, gone. Up, gone. Don't even really.
Yeah.
It's like his mind is not, okay, cool, I'm trying to find my quarterback. His mind is, okay, where I'm going to scramble. I'm going to look to scramble. So as soon as you get the ball, bink.
Yeah, and we have to make sure those receivers are open. I think the Bears are definitely working on bringing on him some more help. So
right, so we have so now we just traded our #1 pick for a receiver and several draft picks. The offensive line must get a lot better, but we also got to do something about the defense.
Definitely.
Teams ran all over us last year.
Absolutely.
They ran all over us last year. We couldn't even stop the run. If you don't do anything, you make them earn it in the air.
Right.
Do not let another team run all over you. So if so, this next season we have a chance to improve our team dramatically.
Yes.
I will get a defensive line, Hicks, Urlacher, Mack, you know, to rush the quarterback to stop that run. Hicks will stop that run. Urlacher, and we need a Mack, somebody that's going to rush that quarterback and get it out the defense. So, but sometimes the best defense is a great offense. What are we looking at? We need to keep Rodgers and some of them other quarterbacks off the field.
Yeah, the Bears definitely need to get better, and they definitely need to just work on building a better team, because you can't have Justin Fields just running every single play. You just can't. Yeah. Because
at the end of the day, he's eventually going to get hurt, and you cannot have him running that much.
Right.
So eventually he's going to run out of steam. He's going to get injured. He's going to get hurt. It's a bad idea. Mobile quarterbacks are great, but look at the Bills quarterback. He is also, he's like 6'6", but he's also a mobile quarterback in a lot of aspects.
Right.
He'll take up on you in a New York minute.
Right. And he can also throw the ball.
Right. He can also throw the ball, just like the guy out of Philly. He can also throw the ball. But anyway,
right.
Justin Fields, make a long story short, I think he does have the potential to get better, a lot better. I think that they need to keep him in the pocket, passing that ball in the long run to keep him healthy.
Definitely. Definitely.
If he does not get better in the next 2 years, I think we got a prime real estate to trade him to get a lot of wonderful play. We can rob another team.
I think it's 1 year. I think his rookie contract up is next year. So maybe 1 year, give him 1 year and see how he does.
Right. So if he doesn't improve greatly within this next year, my opinion, a lot of analysts are definitely against me on this aspect. But you know, there are a lot of people saying he's going to be the greatest thing smoking, keep him forever.
Yeah.
But I also watch analysts say, hey, you know, if he doesn't get great or get better, at least improvement throwing that ball.
Right.
A lot of people saying, hey, you know, he's prime real estate. We can get a great quarterback. We can get great defensive players. A lot of teams would trade a bunch of people and draft picks.
Yeah.
You can trade them and get prime real estate. You could get... Anyway, so I think that's where we at. Thank you, Renee, for coming on and having your opinion. This is My Life in Chi Sports. Is there anything else you want to add to this?
No, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Thanks.
On fire. Ooh, down to the wire. My life in the shy. Ooh, it's my life in the shy.